Besides the adorable and cuddly creatures we love and the trained pets, for example cats and mutts, there is additionally a great deal of dreadful-looking creatures as well. When we say dreadful, it means extremely terrifying. On the off chance that you end up hiding in a swamp or backwoods on a stormy and very dark night, you ought to be afraid, very afraid. There's presumably a human-like monster hanging out there in the shadows, and it's prepared to tear you apart. We have gathered some of the most terrifying creatures we could find from the top of the mountains to the bottom of the sea. In this video, we are going to discuss the 10 most terrifying creatures found in real life. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Wolffish. This creepy creature is also known as catfish, sea wolf, and even devilfish. They are 5 feet long and weigh approximately 18 kilograms. They are usually found in the cold water of the North Atlantic Ocean. The scariest feature of wolffish is its large teeth that stick out of the mouth. Atlantic wolffish use their huge and strong jaws to eat whelks, sea urchins, green crabs, sea clams, starfish, and large hermit crabs. Currently, these are species of concern due to overfishing.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. Coconut crab. In faraway remote islands lives a hermit crab so large that even Charles Darwin called it monstrous. Coconut crabs, or robber crabs, get a bad reputation because they're humongous. They have gigantic claws, and they've been seen eating birds and kittens. They can have a leg span of over 1 meter and weigh over 4 kilograms. They're the largest land invertebrate on Earth. Back in the day, there used to be larger land arthropods such as the fearsome Arthropleura, which get to be up to 2.5 meters long. But as oxygen levels in the air dropped, their large bodies became unsustainable, as they're not as good at absorbing oxygen as vertebrates. They are so big that if you want to see them, you might have to travel far. They are usually found on islands in the South Pacific and the Indian Ocean, with large populations living on Christmas Island and the Cook Islands. Coconuts aren't really their only food source. They are surprisingly great climbers and often climb the palm trees to grab the coconuts. When possible, they prefer to eat juicy fruit and nuts. Some of those fruits, including the sea mango, have toxins that get sequestered in the crab's bodies and make the crabs poisonous to humans. For some reason, their left is always larger than the right claw, and it follows that they have the strongest claw grip in the animal kingdom. These claws are helpful for self-defense, hunting, and opening coconuts. Number 8. Lamprey. This large eel-like fish is known to suck blood from other fish. The scary feature of this fish is a funnel-like mouth. Due to this, a few people call them vampire fish. They additionally have long, scaleless bodies that grow up to 40 inches long. Grown-up lampreys have huge eyes, 1 nostril on the top of the head, and 7 gill pores on each side of the head. They are native to the Mediterranean Sea, North Atlantic Ocean, and freshwater of large American lakes. Number 7. Myobatrachus, turtle frog. Myobatrachus is a class of frogs found in Western Australia. It is monotypic, or a single species. Myobatrachus gouldi, otherwise called the tortoise frog. It has a little head, short appendages, and a round body, up to 45 millimeters, or 1.8 inches long. The turtle frog is found in the middle of Geraldton and Fitzgerald River in the Perth locale, Western Australia. This zone is basically semi-dry, so the frogs have adjusted to this area. They have grown short, solid appendages to assist them with diving into the sand. In contrast to most frogs, they burrow forward, similar to a turtle. They feed on termites, so the adaptation of the solid appendages is valuable when attempting to infiltrate a termite mound. Slimy. Number 6. Gharial. It looks frightening, yet is harmless, and invests its energy strolling on the stream base, scanning for prey to vacuum up into its mouth. Crocodiles are startling creatures. However, What about one with a long blade-like nose that appears as though it could cut you up for supper with its 100 razor-sharp teeth? That beast would be a gharial, a mammoth from India with an unusual bulbous development on its snout. The gharial is 11 to 20 feet long and weigh around 350 to 550 pounds. Not something you would need to snuggle up to. Yet, gharials are unlikely to hurt you. They are particular hunters of fish, frogs, and numerous crustaceans. Number 5. Cyclops shark. Fish should have 2 eyes, right? But this one is terrific. A fishing team got a gloomy shark in mid-2011 off the bank of Baja California. At the point when they cut the shark open, they found their catch had not exclusively been pregnant. However, had a baby that was fairly extraordinary. The shark embryo was pale-skinned and just had one enormous eye focused on its face. The adorable little bug eye looks more like an animation character than a genuine shark, particularly when its mouth is held open. When the image was shared on the blog of Pisces Fleet Sport Fishing, it immediately became famous online around the web, and many at first speculated the photograph wasn't genuine. Number 4. Anglerfish. It looks like an alien. One of the ugliest creatures ever known. Needle-like teeth and a shaft-type structure emerging from its head, this fish looks more like an alien than something discovered here on Earth. The female uses its bait to pull in both prey and mates. The little guys chomp into the female and fuse their bodies with hers to live a parasitic life. This female is another type of anglerfish that was found in the deep waters underneath the Gulf of Mexico. The fish, Lasiognathus denema, has a bent appendage that sticks out of the organ at the tip of its fishing rod, which contains light-producing microorganisms. Anglerfish catch their supper by utilizing this structure to deceive fish that are pulled into the light. Their eating routine incorporates small fish, shrimp, little squid, and turtles. Number 3. Vampire squid. In spite of its strange name, the vampire squid is very tiny, arriving at a limit of 6 inches, or 15.4 centimeters long. It gets its name from its red shading, sparkly bioluminescent eyes, and cloak-like webbing that interfaces its 8 arms. Despite the fact that it has similarities with both squid and octopus, it is really not a squid but rather in its own different family, of which it is the last member. If in danger, it turns its cloak inside out to show spiky protrusions. If that doesn't work, it discharges shining blue stuff, bioluminescent mucus, to puzzle its hunter and escape. Its diet includes dead bodies of animals and organic matter. Number 2. Subscriber pick. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. As for now, don't forget to comment and tell us what you think about this image. Before we move on to number 1, we should probably address this terrifying aquatic creature that we've discovered online. When biologists in Scotland found this thing squirming through the mud in Glasgow, they couldn't quite believe what they were looking at. One of the biologists claimed in an interview that the odd creature jumped at him, but shortly after pulling itself out of the mud, it ceased wriggling and turned rigid. He said in the same interview that it seemed as though the creature needed to be wet to survive, and that once out of the mud, the life drained out of it. Neither he nor any of his colleagues had ever seen a creature like this. With its long body and rows of razor-sharp teeth, many of the terrifying creatures that are found at the bottom of the ocean look like something out of this world. You'd be excused in thinking this worm-like entity was anything but an alien. Sadly for us, though, these things certainly do exist, or well, the closest that could come to resembling them are maybe lampreys. Number 1. Star-nosed mole. This mole is blind. The star-nosed mole, scientifically known as Condylura cristata, is a little mole found in moist, low territories in the northern parts of North America. The amazing delicate star-like structure is secured with minute touch receptors known as Eimer's organs. The nose is around 1 centimeter in breadth, with about 25,000 Eimer's organs disseminated on 22 appendages. These blind moles are surprisingly able to smell underwater, achieved by breathing out air bubbles onto some objects or aroma trails, and afterwards breathing in the bubbles to bring fragrances back through the nose. The star-nosed mole lives in wet marsh territories and eats little spineless creatures. For example, seagoing creepy crawlies, worms, mollusks, tiny creatures of land and water, and little fish. Despite the inadequately evolved eyes, star-nosed moles have a perplexing system to identify prey and comprehend their environment. Can you believe that a star-nosed mole can easily detect, catch, and finish eating its prey in less than a quarter of a second, making it the world's fastest eating mammal? That's the end of our list of 10 most terrifying creatures found in real life. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give your thumbs up and ring the notification button for our latest video updates. We would love to hear your feedback. What do you think of these terrifying creatures? Is there anything you want to share with us? Please feel free to mention anything that you know in the comments section. If you have any ideas for videos you'd like to see in the future, please let us know. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time with some amazing videos.